Hello and welcome, everybody. It's the second show of the year, the Duckhook Golf Show. We had the Shootout show, but this is actually the official start to the season because the Thursday League starts on Thursday, and then Sunday one, the Pretoria Swing starts on Sunday, and then we have to wait one more week until the Eagle Canyon, but we're up and running. Very excited. We've got lots to talk about today. We're looking back at the Shootout. What an epic day it was. And then we've got some nitty-gritty house rules to sort out. And then we'll talk about Pretoria Country Club and Irene as we preview them. I'm not alone. I've always got guests. And we've got a very esteemed panel of guests today. Some of the Duckhook faithful legends. They've been around forever. Part of the furniture. We've got Frikkie, the Super Sunday captain champion. We've got Donnie and we've got Jaco. Frikkie, let's start with you. How are you feeling, mate?
Yeah, Meso, great feeling. It was a great weekend for us. Being a captain of the Super Sunday team, very ecstatic, very happy to be here. Thanks for hosting.
Mooi. We'll really dive into it in a few moments. Donnie, did you have a nice Sunday?
Yeah, no, Maz, I enjoyed it fully. It was actually like a vibe, like a guys to play with. The morning field playing with Louis and Hansi was great. Afternoon field with Vickers and Request, who also had some good fun. So overall the day was awesome.
Great. Jaco, you were in the same team as Donnie in Sunday 2. You were saying you also had a great day. Your games are very, very tight.
Yeah, Maz. As you say, I got value for my money. I played all 36 holes, and each of the games went to the 18th. And luckily, unluckily, both teams, both games were drawn. So there was no winners or losers for the day.
No. I can tell you I also played 36 holes. Obviously, the first one we had to, but in the last one, we went down to the last. We were trying to get it all square because we were one down going down the last. Anyway, we'll dive into all the results because I'm sure we can dissect who did what against who and how the points actually tallied up to what it is in the end. But let's go through what we need to know. And what we need to know is that there's events coming up in January, and these are the events. This is the calendar for January. We are tomorrow, Pretoria Country Club, 18th of January. We're starting at about 7:20. We've got a nice field going. If you still want to play, it's too late, most likely, because it's now closed. January also sees Sunday League 1 at Irene, 21st of January. That's this Sunday. The Pretoria Swing starts. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then the following week, Eagle Canyon. That's really filled up nicely. You guys looking forward to get the Josie side of things started. And then we move into February. And I can tell you one thing. February's events are going to open shortly because they need to. Because it's like 2.5 weeks and it's February and we need to start getting the bookings in. So the moment the app has the events on it, we will let you know to start using your free rounds and getting your spots booked. In saying that, it is the Limpopo series. We officially can launch. What the dates are, Jaco is the league champion from last year. So, Jaco, this is what your calendar looks like this year. Take us through it.
Okay, so as we can see, 17th February, this is the start of the Limpopo series. We start off with Polokwane. Then the 2nd of March, Bronkhorstspruit. You'll notice for the Limpopo League, there's a couple of courses that we've decided to get closer so we can get the people from Gauteng to join. So that's one of the reasons for Bronkhorstspruit. The 13th is Coral Creek. It's also one of your bucket list items, courses that you can come and play. Then the 11th of May is Kameeldoring. You'll notice the 11th is a Saturday, and then the next day, the 12th, is a major. So what we wanted to try to do here is to have a Saturday and Sunday, so make a weekend of the whole tour because of the traveling, so you can make a good weekend there off. Then the 8th of June is Elements. Then 13th of July is Cullinan, one of the courses that's closer for the Gauteng people to join. Then the 10th of August and the 11th is also a weekend. So we'll play the Saturday at Coral Creek and then Sabula on the Sunday. Then the 14th, we still just need to finalize. And then the 12th of October will be Pebble Rock, also one of the closer courses. And then the 9th or the 10th, it will be the final games for the series. That will be Groblersdal and the final event in Marble Hall.
Nice. So from what I can see, Pebble Rock will be new to the calendar, and Cullinan. And as you mentioned, a nice opportunity to, if you want to go away for the weekend, you can do so. So you could go for three getaways if you really wanted to. And the majors are open to everybody, so you can take your mates with you. I think there is a little change this year, is that there is no average ranking points. It will be a total ranking points, because average ranking points is really for us where we have multiple leagues and different guys competing in different places. So you kind of need to average it out. But Jaco, now you just go collect as many points as you want, as you can, and you're the champion.
Yeah, no, as I say, let's not complicate things. So I think that's going to be the easiest and most uncomplicated pointing structure. So yes, the more you play, the better chance you can win the series and the league.
And nice. So you can either compete for the league or you could tick off some courses. There is 2 courses there that I actually haven't played, which is Pebble Rock and Cullinan. So I'll make a plan and see if we can get there. That doesn't seem too bad. Right. Donnie, you've had a good holiday of golf. I went back to your scores lately, and everybody, this is how well Donnie is playing. I'm going to put a little breakdown. Eye of Africa, he shot a 69. Pekenwood a 68. Krugersdorp 73. Huddle Park 74. Pekenwood 71. And Firethorn 69. What's going on? Are you trying to send out a message to the others, Donnie?
No, Maz, no. It's like it's not that. The thing is that like the round before Rand Park, it was actually I didn't play so well. That was with you at Kailami, and I just went back, and the next couple of days I just thought, let's just simplify the swing, just get one swing thought, and just from there something clicked. And like I said, the swing is feeling really great at the moment. As you can see, the scores, even that Krugersdorp round where I shot 73, I finished drop. Fricky played with me that day, and it could have been easily 71. And even the scrambled drive round at Eye of Africa was 4 dip when we came off, on the 17th. So, game feels good. The nice thing is like when I'm standing on the tee box, I'm feeling I can go around subpar, which is lekker.
I think he's got something to say, Fricky, this year, is that play of the season, you're going to have to beat Donnie because he's going for it.
Listen, I can see that. I want to make a bet, though. I think it's a start of the season, so we need to make another bet. So I think that Donnie is at least going to have about 12 69s this year on the course, though, eh? Just, on the course. We're talking about 69.
12 69. I thought you were going to make a tattoo bet. I was going to say, what's the point of that? So you'll probably get it anyway.
Just joking. No bets this year, except for Martin. That's the only bet.
I think there needs to be a couple of bets going around this year. Mine was that I want to be a 10 or less by the end of the season. So if I do that, but I haven't actually said what it's going to be. So I don't know. Any goals, boys? Quickly. Golf.
Okay.
I'll go. It's like, I wanna see if my stroke average this year. I've got a couple of other stuff that I want to do outside Duckhook from a golfing point of view, and I need to try and see if my stroke average can be below 70. So I need to actually practice a little bit more than what I'm currently doing to try and achieve that. So yeah.
Awesome, Jaco. What's your golfing goal? Just so we know.
Yeah, so I'm not going to aim that low like Donnie, lower than 70s. I want to try to shoot in the 70s all the time. There's a couple of things that you can work on, eliminating double bogeys. That's the first thing, that if you start eliminating that, you will start shooting lower scores as well. So 70s for me.
I'm just going to put this out there, guys. I think if Jaco puts his mind to winning player of the season, he can come close. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Maz, he came close 2 years back and last year. So, he can definitely do that.
I think like one extra tournament win somewhere, Jaco, and you're right in there.
I think he's due.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you say, you need to win at least one major, one special event, maybe the classics. So if you can win 2 out of that 4 or 5, you will have a good chance getting close to player of the season. Yeah.
Let's go. My money's on you. Here we go. I need to remind you, everybody, because there's a matter of the singles and the team knockout, that the entries close once Eagle Canyon is finished, because we want to try and get it started earlier so that we're not pressed for time as we were this year. So just a reminder on the singles, this is the format. It's probably going to be 3 teams per group, and then the top 2 go through as we did last year. But this also depends on numbers, because, you know, if the numbers allow for something different, it's nice to change it up a bit. So it's 400 Rand for an entry fee, and that covers the entire season of single match play. So if you manage to get to the final, you know, that's what your 400 Rand covers. You can use your free round for this to enter if you have one lying around or extra. For the teams, it will be the same format, a 5-team per group, and the top 2 teams go through a round robin format into the round of 16 quarterfinals, semifinals, and hopefully you can take the title at the Summer Cup in the final. And then it's a 500 Rand per person for the members and 600 Rand for non-members. And we urge you, if you're not a member of Duckhook, save yourself some money and become a member. A lot of admin goes into the singles and the teams, so and a good credit pool, so it will be a lot of fun, and it's always great to play some match play golf. It would be nice if we could play scramble, but we're playing them in the leagues, which doesn't really help. So sorry about that. Okay, we've caught up. So now we're going to move to the shootouts, everyone. If you didn't know, the champions are Sunday League 1. Frikkie has made it a double. He won last year for Sunday 2's Mavericks, and Frikkie this year again. Take us through this unbelievable team.
Yeah, Mazo, probably one of the best teams in a while. So starting with me being the captain, my 2 vice captains, Gerard Snyman and Hansi Hamman. And then I've got Brian Owen, Graham de Villiers, Ashley Herman, Vaughan Williams, Louis Jensen, Hanrus Koeman, Stefan Henriet, Louis Gerber, and Jaco Swanepoel in the teams. And I must be honest, it was such a great camaraderie on the SMS group. We got fired up about 2 weeks before. Mazo, it was awesome. We were behind in the beginning stages. I even said to Gerard when we turned after 9 holes, we thought that, the guys don't want to play because, we were the only team ahead, me and Gerard. And all the other guys was behind. And then suddenly, I sent a few SMSs through to them on the WhatsApp group while we were playing. And I said, come guys, we can do it. And then suddenly it just turned. And even the afternoon field, we were a little bit behind. And then suddenly just, the second part of the half, the guys just pulled it through. And it was a miraculous second half for us to, pip the guys by a pretty big margin in the end.
It's like reminiscent of the miracle at Medina is the way you kind of describing it. But it happens in golf. Things turn around. Maybe you have a Netflix series coming about the Sunday ones, how they turned it around and took the shootout. As I said, I want to go through all the results so that we can break it down. But in the morning, at Hoppers 5, I arrived at Eye of Africa. You might be thinking, for the guys who don't play the shootout, Hoppers 5? Are you joking? I got the Hoppers 5 and half the guys were there already, ready to go. The captains had their vans out with their player packs, their shirts, the gees was going, the music was going. And this is what it looks like. And this is why you need to try and make the shootout team for next year.
Well, good morning, everyone. Firstly, welcome to the day. Congratulations on making the Thursday League. The shirts we actually just put out on the group and gave some options, and these are the selected, the guys that chose the most votes. Some motivational guys. Just enjoy today. I think that's the most important thing. If you enjoy it, we'll play better. We'll probably win it at the end of the day. So all good.
Definitely.
This is the shirts that we have. There wasn't really a lot of science behind it. We just chose what actually looked good.
Popularity one.
That's what we chose. You played well in 2023 to get here. You're going to be playing against the best of players from 2 other leagues and some random team that was chosen. One-hit wonders. So all I want to say is just have a fun today. No pressure. Play your best and crush them.
We're definitely ready. We've had some good spirits in this last week. We've got some nice little things. Buffelsfontein. Yeah, we've got yes. We've got the Swix on caps. We've got our nice little shirts. Let me quickly show you how the shirts looks like. So yeah, this is the Sunday one, no collar. So yes, it's going to be looking nice with the guys. Looking forward. It is the Super Sunday ones and the winning team for today.
That's like, who don't understand?
Play nicely en gele gas man hè. Luigi. Gele gas. Nou jy het so 600 shots op almal hè.
Guys, everyone, welcome and glad you all made it the Barbarian team. Like the boys. Lukey, show us the shirts. We went with a different theme this year. We're still Barbarians. And like the boys. With the name. Oh, yes. Afternoon shirt and then our morning shirts, guys. Nice little zip there. Thank you, Steve. In the goodie bag.
Looks
Everybody with a monkey shoulder. Energy drinks.
Thanks to me.
Restriction caps. Yeah. Dankie julle. We're gonna take the white shirts first.
Thank you, Captain.
White shirts. Lekker. Wat hy? Pieter, was Pieter.
We made it. Thanks for everybody. It's been nice to watch as everything has unfolded over the last month. The shirts look great. I think we'll have a bit of a vote at the end for the best shirt of the
So there you have it. So everybody was ready, everybody teed off. So let's have a look at what it looked like the AM rounds. So Thursday took on the Barbarians. We were really waiting. And these were the pairings and these were the results. So Jason and Jamie took on the Barbarians, Yaku and Shaw, all square in the first game. And then Barbarians managed to win the second game, 1-up. Well done to Clint and George. George playing in his first shootout. And then Lukey and Peter totally annihilating the Thursday team of Eddie and Barrent. But Lukey did have a great first round, and I think shot 3 under or 39 points. Myself and Steve unfortunately went down to Jandre and Moritz. Moritz having the round of his life, first time breaking 80, so it was swimming upstream most of it, so we knew we were in for it. And then 1-up to Thursday, with Gerard and Ian beating Grant and Vimpy. And then have a look at that. Rudolph and Carl beating Rakesh and Vickers 4-3. Anything that stands out there for you, gents?
I must be honest that Maurits and Jandre beating you guys 5-4 was quite a turnaround thing for me, because I really thought that you and Steven can make it. But yeah, I mean, having Lukey and Maurits having games of their lives was pretty awesome.
I can tell you, it doesn't matter who Moritz and Jandre played, they would have won. I promise you that. And then the two Sunday teams played each other in the other head-to-head pairings. Fricky, there you are. Yeah. You took yours first, 5-4.
Yeah, it was a great start for us. Dana missing a half a meter putt or so on the first hole, so that kind of gave us momentum. And obviously we had some beef with Dana, me personally, and then Peter Zach. So that was great. The second one, that was a funny one for me in the end, because I thought that Andrew and Louis would actually give Fats and Ryan a good go, but Ryan playing a game of his life, and then in the end beating us 3-1. The third game, our team, Ashley and Vaughan, losing 1-up against Stefan and Richard. Then Graham and Brian, steady eddies on that one, beating Martin and Barry 1-up. Then All Square, Yaku and the other Yaku, those teams. And then the last one, that was a surprise for me in the end. Hansi playing off a 7 and when Louis Office had 36 at that point, thanks to Donnie giving them some shots. And yeah, I think it turned at the last hole or so that they got the 1-up on them. So
Yaku, give us some highlights of your round there, that All Square round, Yaku.
Yeah, as we started off relatively well. Both teams didn't start well. I think Yaku and them won the first hole with a 1-pointer. The second was a 1-pointer being halved, and the third hole was also a 1-pointer. So it wasn't really good golf from the start from any of the 4 players. But after that, yes, yeah, it started off playing. Myself and Leon dovetailed well. The same with Yaku and his partner as well. Ultimately, coming down to the 15th, 16th, the pressure is on, and you need to start, each and every shot counts. So playing the 18th, we were 1 down, so we won the 18th to draw the match All Square.
So, Donnie, tell us about your 1 down, unfortunate loss there against Hansi and Louis.
Yeah, first of all credit to Hansi and Louis. They were in the game the whole time. Louis, he double stroked almost every hole. I think it was only one that he didn't double stroke. So it's hard to play with a guy, against the guy where it's like he's 150, 200 meters down the fairway lying for naught. So it's like I'm proud of me and Gary for holding it so long as we could, because we were on both 9s at a stage 2 down and 3 down, and to only lose 1 down, I'm happy with that performance. It's just sad, at the end of the day, it's like we had a chance on the last hole to sort of square or to win the hole to square it. But unfortunately, my partner had some bunker troubles. But it was still a lacquer game.
Right. Then we moved on to the PM, and this is where the scramble drive came in for the PM. Gentlemen, first comments on the scramble drive format that we had at the shootout this year.
Maz, if I can quickly just go there. It's like, all credit to you and Fricky, for coming up with that idea. I think it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Like our 4-ball in the afternoon, really enjoyed it. It's, you had to think, on when to take drives, when not to take drives. I think definitely for me, I will vote for that again next year.
Definitely.
Really,
me too.
Really
Yaku, how did your strategy go with the scramble drive?
Yeah. In the beginning of the round is easier. Relatively, you take the guys in the fairway. Then when you start getting to the 13th, 14th hole, then you start taking consideration, are you going to take a rough out of the rough to take your second shot, or are you going to take the ball that's the furthest? Yeah, so coming down to our game, that was going to the 18th, and our calculation worked out. Leon was ultimately then responsible for the drive on the 17th and 18th. So I think it was quite a wake up for him, because he had a lot of pressure on him. So so it was a good combination, a good day out. So
yes, I thought it keeps the game going as well, and there was a couple of tee shots that I didn't even have to hit. Steve needed to hit fairways, otherwise I was going to run out, and I was like, no, bro, we can't rely on you the last 4 holes, so let's get it in. Let's move to the PM results quickly. This was the Thursday versus Sunday one. Fricky, you beat Jason. Was that easy enough?
No, that was definitely very difficult. Though I hit my first shot out of bounds, and Gerard, obviously being in a fairway, had a nice little 9-iron in to make a birdie. So it was great, seeing how Jamie lose his cool there with me hitting out of bounds and then still make a birdie. So that was great. But we took it up to the 18th in the end. I think we were 2 up with 2 to go, and then Jamie and Jason made a birdie on that 17th, and then the pressure was on us. But luckily with me on the last hole making a great chip next to the hole to get the putt, and it was great.
And as you can see, the Sunday one won 5 of the matches. The only matches they lost was Gerard and Ian from Thursday, winning 3-1, which gave Ian 3 out of 3 points for the tournament. Well done, Sunday one.
Yeah, absolutely. Look from Ian to also make 3 points with his team. That is great. And then, obviously us coming from behind to take it 5-1. Great camaraderie with the guys, and proud of them.
If we go to the other head-to-head, which was now Barbarians and Sunday 2. Sunday 2, once again, outdid the Barbarians, winning 4 of the 2 matches. All square up front with Captain Dana taking on Yaku and Charles. And the second game, Fats and Ryan, 2-1. And then Lukey taking another point for his team, 3-2 for the Barbarians. Myself and Steve going down to the last. We were 1 down on the last, and then they managed to win the last hole because what happened? I think somebody actually I think Martin, out of nowhere, out of the bunker in the middle of the fairway, managed to stick it right next to the flag. Can you imagine how difficult that shot is? Like right there. Grant and Wimpy, Yaku and Leon, all square. Another all square, as you mentioned, Yaku.
Yeah. As I say, I just related previously to Leon taking the drives on the 17th and 18th. Wimpy, after he hit his tee shot in the middle of the fairway, he said that's one of the scariest shots he ever had to hit because all the pressure was on him. So he was very relieved after finding the fairway.
And Donnie, you finally won a match. At least you won one of them.
Yeah, no, it was a bit of a tough game. We were 4 up after 9 holes, and they fought back. They were they won 3 holes in a row on the back 9. And I must say thank you for Rakesh for hitting his drive on hole 17 when he was hitting his drive very badly the whole day. So thanks for that. Appreciate it. That gave us the win there. But it was like a game.
Let's quickly go through the virtual singles. Now, these are obviously the teams that didn't manage to play head-to-head up front and in person. The singles, Barent, you at least beat him, so he owes you a milkshake, Donnie.
Of course, yes.
Of course.
It's like after behind us, and I just went to him and I said, donkey, bubblegum milkshake will be lekker.
Just to cast your eye over things, this was round 1 AM that these points counted, and as I had mentioned, Moritz had the round of his life, so Fats was never going to beat him there. Carl beat you, Yaku. Still not bad, shooting 35 points, so if somebody goes 39, it's just unlucky.
Yeah, Mas, just to give you some background, I started with a double, triple. So I was already 7 over after 3, and I shot 80. So I was plus 8. So after the next, 15 holes, I was only 1 over gross. So
brilliant, well done. Rudolph beating Donna, Jamie beating Martin. Ryan absolutely destroying Gerard, shooting probably one of the best scores he's shot in a very long time. Neville beating Reinhard, Kevin going down to Barry, Peter beating Edward. What's happening? Jean-Ray beating Stefan Lomat by just 1 point. Jan Holtzhausen beating Leon, and Jason going down to Gary Mansfield. 7-5 was the score for the Thursday league. If we look at the other 2 teams that took each other on, what do we see here? We see that Sunday 1 beat the Barbarians 6.5 versus 5.5. Clint having an easy round against Brian. Jakub taking out Ash. I lost to Hanru. Any big other scores? Vickers went 2 under. Well done, Vickers. A tight game between Steve and Vaughan. Vaughan taking it by 1 point. Louis Jensen taking a 36-30 win over George. Lukey had a great round up front, shooting 3 under, beating Hansi. Wimpy 4 under on his round, beating his brother Graham by a long margin, 11 points. That's a proper hammering. Fricky, at least you beat Charles in your singles. Gerard beat Rakesh. Louis shooting 42 points, beating Grant and Yaku. And there's an all square there. Look at that. That's where the all squares come from. Where's the other all square?
I think it's only that
one.
one.
Just that one.
No,
cool. So what does it all mean, gentlemen? The final points tally, once you tally everything together, well, as you know, the Sunday League 1 team, the Super Sundays, 15 points. Sunday League 2, 11.5. Thursday, 11.5. Barbarians, 10. That's what that looked like. And obviously, there was that build-up to the winning moment and the announcement. And this is what the guys and the winning moment had to say.
$10 points. Is the Barbarians. $3.5 points Thursday. Well done, you guys tied second.
Sunday 2.
Is it Sunday 2?
Yes.
Is it Sunday 1? And the 2023-2024 champions of the team shootout. Sunday 1.
Very proud of the team. Yeah, it's the second one for me. Mavericks and then obviously Super Sunday. So ecstatic, Mazza. It's great. Yeah, I think we got everyone fired up. As you can hear the voice, it's awesome. So yeah, no, very proud of the guys.
It was a tight game. We won both our games 1-up, so we played all 36 holes. But it was great fun. Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. It's my second one in a row. We won it last year as well, so very chuffed. We've dovetailed quite well, so very, very lucky day.
Oh, I'm feeling ecstatic. First win. It was a long day in the heat, but extremely ecstatic. Although we contributed maybe half to 1 point, extremely happy. We contributed to it.
I think on the second round, the scramble drive was quite interesting. It made it difficult for us. I think we could have planned it a bit better, but it was good. We enjoyed the day.
I enjoyed it. I was worried about my singles. I played against George. What a round it was.
No, I'm ecstatic. My first win here. And I must say that me and Uncle Louis dovetailed so nicely. Especially now with the scramble drive, it just worked out perfectly. When I said to him, listen, par 5s, we're going to play your drives, and he made sure that I was in play, because I know three shots for the par 5, and then we can take it from there. So, no, it was great fun.
Amazing. I mean, it's the camaraderie, gears, everything was fantastic. Didn't have a good morning round. Ended up seeing that we won one and lost one in the singles, and then played really nicely strategically in the afternoon round, choosing drives, who was going to go next and how we would do that was fantastic.
The build up, the day itself, I think you're going to be tired, everybody's going to be giving their all. It's just all around a flipping great event, so lovely.
It makes it worthwhile fighting for the next one.
Absolutely, that's the aim now, getting to the next one.
Yeah, I have to. Only playing one of the league events. I've got limited opportunities, but would love to play another one.
That's your problem.
Would love to play another one, yeah.
So that was the shootout, everyone. What a great day. I think Eye of Africa was a fantastic course once again to play, and we do it all again. The top 10 of each league will automatically get into the team, and then the Barbarians will be selected, which is about how many you win and how many you play. It's a good criteria. So if you have nothing else to do, compete to be in the top 10 of each league and once again play in the team shootout. So team shootout out of the way, and we are now moving on to the Thursday league. So Pretoria Country Club hosts the first event of the Thursday season, and let's see if the conditions are going to be a bit different, because we normally struggle with the hard greens, and the scores are never very much over -1 or even. And if we look at the information, Ranked in South Africa, 28th. Gauteng, 7th. Course record is 61. And if you're into the whole meters, it's 6,698 meters. And there's the slope. The latest winner is Yaku. Well done, Yaku. That's probably another reason why you're on the show. 36 points. You're beating Eddie Ivans on a countback on this day, remember?
Yeah, I can remember that still clearly. Playing the 18th from Eddie, I think finished a couple of holes before me, so I know what was scored to go. So I've already done my calculations, the count out, so I know I needed to make a 1-pointer playing the 18th at par 5. Yes, I don't know, I went and hit it at the back of the bunker, so I couldn't go for the pin. I needed to hit it sideways and rely on my up and down to get my 1-pointer, so yeah.
You got it.
It was I was working for it. So.
Yeah. If you look at the average from the last time we played, the average was a 12 handicap. But look at the average points, 24.45. It's very poor. Because normally the average is around 29. It shows you how difficult it was. And then the gross average was 95.45. So for the gross average to be 95 and the average of a handicap to be 12, it just shows you how difficult Pretoria Country Club is. Donnie, your favorite course in the whole wide world.
You just had to put it out there, Maz. I must say, the last time we actually played, I had a horrible front 9.
Mm-hmm.
I shot under par the back 9. So hopefully I can just put the 2 9s of under par there. But let's hope the condition of the course is good. I know on Tuesday night it was raining quite a lot here at Centurion at my house. So it's definitely, hopefully the conditions and the greens are softer, so the ball will stop quick on the course.
Let's quickly have a look at what the field looks like going into this tournament. We're starting on the 1st at 7:30. And we go up until 8 o'clock. We've got 5 4 balls here, a couple of new names. So the player pack will, just remember, the player packs, this one has gone out, but Sunday will go out already on Friday. So you know exactly what's happening, especially for the new guys. We're going to go through some rules and regulations afterwards. Yaku, we're playing together there with 2 new guys, Rudy Pretorius and Michael van Riel. Who else? Voted Boston Cool has played before, but he's back. I think he's taken up a membership, which is fantastic. And if we look at the 10th, there's 1 extra 4-ball on the 10th tee, starting at 07:23, and there's 1 spot left, everybody, at this point in time. So, Donnie, you're playing with Nico Rutz, Mikhail Bosov, and Simon Mayer. Yaku, you just said you were playing with me. So that's what the field looks like. There's a matter of the closest to the pins. This is what the closest to the pins are for Pretoria Country Club. The 8th is the Island Green. We have to do the 8th. We always do. It's a Strixon sponsored one. And the Golf Concepts, I thought I'm going to come back to the par 5 closest in 2. And then the 14th will be the other par 3 sponsored by Strixon. Donnie, the reason I went for the par 5 closest in 2 is because even though the board is not on the green, I'm interested to see how close we can actually get to that green. We know which one we're talking about, that immensely long one.
Is that one that goes sort of downhill to the right a little bit?
Yes.
It's like, I must say, it's like we were going to talk about favorite holes as well, and I think out of all the holes on the golf course, that's actually one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be interesting to see.
Who gets so even if the board's in the bunker in the front of the green, and that is the closest to the pin, the board can be in the bunker. We're trying to see who can bash it the furthest. If anybody hits that green in 2, I'll be very, very impressed. I don't know about you guys, but I'll never reach. I'm never.
Yeah, Meza, I must recall that I think last year when we had the review of PCC as well, Andrew mentioned that he actually hit it in 2. So we'll see. I think Donnie can make it. It just needs to shoot another 69 or so.
Well, let's see what happens. Okay, I want to ask you quickly. We're going par 3s, par 4s, par 5s. I want your favorite out of the 4 par 3s, if you can remember the par 3s. The par 4, your favorite and your worst, and the same with the par 4s and par 5s. Who's got the course in their head, and who can answer me first?
I can't remember which side it is, but there's a bit par 3, 130. I think it's either the It's the one before the par 5 that finishes up. But
the 16th.
16th, yeah.
But there's the 17th, the drivable 17th first.
Yeah, the draw leg to the right.
Yeah. Okay, so is that your worst or your favorite?
No, I think out of all the par 3s, that's the one that I like the most.
So that's the long one, hey?
No. It's not the long one. That's the worst one. But
Yes. Okay, we all agree, Yaku, that's the toughest par 3. The 16th.
That's definitely my worst as well.
Impossible.
It's 200 plus meters, as I can recall.
Yes. And then the 14th is the little one.
That's it, the turtleneck, yeah.
Okay. I like I think the 8th is cool. Island Green, why not? It's just if the balls, you need to play with a very spinny ball on the 8th. Let's just put it that way. Grip.
And hopefully the greens are very soft.
Let's just throw out your favorite par 4. I can tell you my least favorite par 4 is that the one after the 12th, the 13th, that goes around like this up the hill with a green that's impossible. Do we know where we are? The old stroke 1, I think. Don't like that par 4.
It's a difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's after that par 5 at 12.
Yes. My favorite par 4 might be, I do like the one after the 14th or the 15th, that short little kind of one. Do you know which one I'm talking about? You also hit it over the water. It's before the 16th par 3.
Yeah, I think the one that I like is the 17th, that short one that you can...
because you can drive.
You can almost drive it, yeah.
What's your favorite par 4, Jaco? Can you remember?
I must say number 3. Number 3 is that dogleg to the left with the dam on your left-hand side.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
You need to play to the right, and then you can't, everything is sloping from the right to the left. So that was also strategically, a good tee shot, and then secondly, you need to hit a good second as well to play that hole successfully. So,
Fricky, have you got a favorite par 4?
Yeah, mine. I would say, the 10th is pretty favorite in the sense of that it's still long, but
difficult hole. Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult, but it's a lovely hole. When you tee off there from the top, it's great. Least one, most probably that one that Jaco just mentioned now, because I recall that when I played a match play against Jason at that one, and that's the one that kind of got me, and then from there it was downhill. So that would be the 2.
So just to put it all together for the guys playing on the Pretoria Country Club, generally the greens are very slick and difficult to get the ball close. So that's what you're dealing with. So if your short game is on point, you are going to most likely be on the top end of the leaderboard. If you're struggling with your short game, you are not going to get anywhere near the leaderboard. But otherwise than that, I think that is the defense of the golf course. So that is Pretoria Country Club. And then we hit Irene to start the Pretoria swing of Sunday League 1. So there we have it. Irene hasn't featured on the Sunday League in a very, very long time. Let's have a look at some of the information for Irene. Ranked 61st in South Africa. In Gauteng, it's ranked 22nd. Course records a 61 as well, the same as PCC. The reigning champion, as I mentioned, Thursday League finished it off last year. Mikel Bosso shot a 238 points. What does it mean? The average handicap was 11. Now, as you can see, the average points was 30, and the average gross was 89.1. So let's break down what Irene has to offer for us. Looking at the pins, first of all, everybody. This is what the pins that we are going for. Strixon will be the par 3 7th. Down the hill, the pulpit hole. And then we've got a new sponsor on board, Sustainable Choices, which I will show you what they are all about now. The par 3 16th, which is the island green. And then the par 4 18th is going to be the concepts closest to the pin. And Donnie, you're winning a simulator round for 2 in your closest to pin. Is that right?
That is correct, Max. That's correct. We thought we'll change it up a little bit. The guys can come and have a nice round at any of the courses on Trackman range.
And which is the best course you like enjoying at the moment?
St. Andrews, obviously.
Obviously, St. Andrews. I mentioned Sustainable Choices. This is Gary Mansfield's company. Sustainable Choices will be sponsoring selected par 3s, and you win a gift hamper, which includes all these products: wash and wax, some, how do you say it? Tree and grain concentrate, which helps for your digestion, and then a cleaning concentrate, LDC, which is a powerful cleaning surfactant system, economical, versatile, and biodegradable. So if you want to learn more about the Sustainable Choices, there is the barcode. You can scan that, and this is what you can win. And it's actually worth quite a bit of, the hamper's worth quite a bit. So shoot them close, and maybe you're in contention to win that hamper. So thank you, Gary Mansfield, for the sponsorship throughout the league and throughout the season. And if there's anybody else who wants to contribute and get their company name out there, we are the guys to do it. We will promote, we will have you all over our social media, and we've got a nice following. And as we know, the community of ducks like to support each other. Just another nice thing, let me mention while we're at it, is that Killarney are once again, Jason Dedicate is coming on board for Sunday League 2 to sponsor the 4-Ball Alliance. This is the Joburg League, the winning 4-Ball Alliance. Each of the 11 events in the Sunday League 2 series will win a round at Killarney. So let's have a look at the field for this Sunday. This is what it looks like. We start at 11:18. Bobby's going off with Lukey and Cirque Young. You would have seen that name for the first time. Welcome, Cirque. There's a couple of new names here as well. There's a Rizak Isaacs. Anybody else that we Sudesh?
Mind Peter Small as well. He's a new guy, although he's been here for quite some time. So just keep in mind.
And he plays his first game on Thursday. Yes, so at least that's a warm up to Irene. Fricky, you're playing with Donna again. Don is bringing his friend Sudesh, which is signed up, and I have we'll quickly discuss. If you are bringing guests, there's incentive. Let's have a look at the 10th tee quickly. 11:18, Clint Brutus, Dierwald, Karuna, and Adam Ford take everybody away. And as you can see, there's your names. Once the Thursday is complete, the handicaps will be added to this one, and then we'll go out in the player pack probably late Friday, and then everybody will know exactly what's happening. Yaku, you are playing with Louis Gerber, Barry Fenter, and Louis Wee. Donnie, are you playing this game? I don't even know.
No, I haven't booked yet.
You haven't booked yet? Please, can you? That'd be nice. Possibly. So what I was saying, Flick and myself was having a discussion. Incentive, because we can incentivize you for your efforts. So what we're doing this year is, if you sign someone up onto a silver or gold or platinum pack or diamond package, you will get a free round. Right, Fricky?
Right, yeah.
Into your account, onto your app profile, and then you can use it. If you're already a free round member and you can't play more, then we'll credit your profile 300 credits, which if you collect them, you can add it to part of your major, you can add it to part of your tour. So the more players you bring, and it's not just memberships, the more players you bring, you could almost pay for your tour if you're very active at it. The other one, Fricky, is if you bring 2 non-members,
correct, yeah,
you'll get a free round as well.
Correct, yeah, 100%. All the 300 credits, correct.
Whether it's on the same day or 2 separately, you will get some incentive as well. So we're supporting each other pretty much. One hand washes the other. You know how that saying goes?
Absolutely. Yeah, but so what you mentioned there, Mazo, is it's obviously a great incentive. I think there's a lot of guys that wants to bring a couple of friends as well. They have previously, so we thought just to incentivize them, as you mentioned, and give something back. So I think it's a great thing, and we'll see a few more faces during this year.
And being at the beginning of the season, there's still a lot to sort out. But what we quickly, before we wrap up the show, for the guys who are new and this will be in the player pack as well, is the handicap changes and the rules on the course, which is very important. But first, let's just go through the handicap changes. If you do not know, it's not the same as last year where we had one handicap. There's a handicap per league. Fricky, take us through this.
Yeah. Okay, Mazo, yeah, so there is a handicap per league. Some league courses may be more difficult than others. That's why we have brought that into play. You can have 5 handicaps in a season called the Sunday 1, 2, Thursday, Limpopo special events. You obviously move from the best 3 to 6 to 3. The previous it was 3 out of 6. Now it is 3 out of 4. The start of the season, we will start with 1 handicap average for the last 6 months with a 3-shot cap. Men's cap obviously is 30, women's is 46, and we play the lowest of the Duckhook or the Saga. So also keep in mind that we have mentioned previously, if you're a guy like Wim Louis or even Ricky Pereira, for instance, you've been a regular there, you can apply to get a higher handicap, with your playing ability. One thing that I do want to mention is, though you have the separate handicaps, there's still discretion that we can apply. So if you have the ability to play a lower handicap, we're not going to start you off with that capped handicap that you've had before. So keep in mind, we've got our first special event. If you've played off a, let's say, 20 handicap, but your playing ability was a 13 or a 12 or something like that, we have the discretion to then cut you as a starting handicap for the other leagues. We have to look at your playing ability as well.
I think that ties in with the average of the 6 months, because if you've had 2 or 3 bad months, but we know you can play for 5, and now your average is at 13, you're going to come in and win the tournament. So, like Fricky says, we know how we play.
Yeah.
We've played with each other long enough, and we understand our skills. So you're not really going to get away with suddenly having this big average.
Correct. Yeah. So we're not going to give prizes away. We want that to be worked for in the end.
Yes. Then I quickly want to go through the rules on course, and I'll bring in everybody here. Things to remember: there is one big change. But we all know there's no gimmies. The ball must go into the cup. It's very important. Never ever will there be a gimme. For the live scoring, a reminder that the scorecard and the live scoring has to be done by a different pair. You can't be in a cart with your mate together and be doing both, because we're ultimately looking to make sure that everything correlates with each other. So one has got to do the scorecard from the other side, and one from the other side has got to do live scoring. Four balls not using live scoring will be penalized 2 points. You might be asking, but why? Because we need to know where you are on the leaderboard. It doesn't help coming in afterwards, and we think Fricky is the winner on -3, but now the guy who has not been scoring wins on -8. It totally puts a dampener on the tournament. That cannot happen. So you will be penalized if that, and even if you start like that. Like it makes sure when you're ready to go, it's working. Correct?
100% right, yeah.
Okay, let's go back to some more. Out of bounds. Now, this is the one that is changing a bit. So, provisional ball must be played off the tee. No dropping on the fairway if out of bounds. So, gentlemen, we know that the RNA changed the rule where if you hit out of bounds, you can drop for 4 on the side of the fairway. Right?
Yeah. Correct.
You with me, Jakob?
Yeah.
You know that one. The problem I have with this is that rule is very loosely interpreted. So they dropping anywhere on the side of the fairway. A lot of the times it's not in like where it would have gone out. So we're scrapping that because it's just too much confusion for everyone. So if you think you're out, hit another one. If you are too lazy to hit another one, you are going to have to go back and hit another one. But most guys will be like, just give me 0. So please, just hit a provisional because it's the fairest way to do this. Happy, Donnie?
Yeah, no, I think that's, like Maz, you had it spot on there. You know, it's like, at the end of the day, it's like who, you know, if the guy's the only guy hitting it out of bounds on the right-hand side and the other guys are on the fairway left or something, you know, it's like, it just opens it up to dropping in the wrong places and everything. And, you know, like you said, we all want it to be fair. And I think that's, you know, I grew up with that rule. I think it's still a proper rule. So I'm all game for that.
And we understand it was there to speed up play. But I think it's not quite it. The rest, bunkers. I feel very strong about this. If you land in a footprint because the guy in front of you or the guy in front of that did not rake his footprints in the bunker, it's a disadvantage to you. It is not fair. So you can call over your partners and say, listen, look at my ball. It's in this big fat hole. And then you are allowed to pick it up and place it down or place it right next to it where that is until you, so that you have a fair lie. Because unfortunately in this day and age, a lot of people don't rake properly. Hopefully it doesn't have to happen. If everybody rakes it, then we wouldn't have to happen. I mentioned red stakes, so that is obviously if you hit it into a water hazard or whatever it is, you drop one at line of entry, you drop a club length and you hit. Yellow stakes, guys get confused with this. It means that you have to keep the hazard and the green or the hole in front of you. So you have to go back. So you can't go over, hit and roll in. If it's yellow stakes, you have to go back and keep the hazard in front of you regardless. Blue stakes, you're not allowed in there. If you hit it in there, you have to drop. Don't even go look for it. Those are the straightforward stakes. Placing, as always, the Duckhook rule is 30 centimeters on the fairway as we place it. I don't know if there's anything else that we need to add to that.
Yeah, Mazza, just from my side, two things. I would like to ask the guys just to make sure, especially in match plays or when you play with another guy, don't do it yourself. If you want to place or get a ruling, just don't do it yourself. It looks very dodgy, and people will see that, and there's going to be a lot of rumors. So when you're in a 4-ball and there's a ruling to be done, make sure that you've got an opponent playing partner, not your friend, but opponent playing partner. Come and help you with the rule. If you take a gimme, it's a blackout immediately. Please understand that the 4-ball needs to, whoever's the markers, they need to make sure that it's a blackout. There's no negotiation on that because it puts a damper on the game. I would really ask you guys.
Okay. That's pretty much it for this rather long show that we've had. We've had a lot to cover. Thank you, gentlemen, for your patience and for getting through this show. It's been fun, the first one. Appreciate your insight, but now we just got to make it happen and we got to play these events. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's been a pleasure, as always. And I want to remind you, as we leave, that our series is once again proudly sponsored by Strixon, and this is what each of the series events winners will be winning themselves.
Lekker.
Cheers, guys.
Strixon powers the Duckhook Leagues. The challenge is on. Each league features 11 events to collect individual Stableford points. The most points at the end of the season will see Strixon champions crowned. The champions will win a year's supply of a Z-Star Series golf ball, a ball with more of everything. More speed, more spin, more Z-Star.